Sam, do you have the eye of the tiger?
Sorry?
Do you have the eye of the tiger?
I don't know, man. I hope someday.
So how you doing? This is Bay.
It's good to meet you over the phone. I'm doing well.
Good. Now, is it Sam? Is it Rochford or Rochford? How do you pronounce the last name? So I'm sure I'm right.
Rochford, like ROTCH, but not spelled that way.
Gotcha. Cool. So I see that you're also in the world of radio, but you're like an actual professional person.
I used to be. I stopped working there pretty recently, but I've been in radio for a pretty long time.
Nice. Now, was that like something that you were pursuing beside music, or was like music your main pursuit?
Music has always been my main pursuit, and any success I've had in radio has been completely accidental.
So what were you doing in radio? I mean, you said you were an on-air correspondent. So what type of stuff were you doing?
So I fell into it because the listenership was a little bit older, and they needed somebody to literally explain, like, Pokemon Go, I think was my first report. They literally were just like, do you know what this is, and can you explain it in an intelligent way? I was like, yeah, I can do that. And then it turned into, trending topics, and my parents jokingly called me their senior young person correspondent. If something was happening and they needed to Google it really fast, that was my job.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. So now you're originally from Connecticut, but you moved down to Nashville, which I'm guessing for the pursuit of music.
Yeah, this is like the mecca for musicians. There's so many musicians down here.
Now, how long have you been down there for?
2 years, a little over a year and a half.
Now, and how are you liking it?
I like it a lot. I like the weather better than Connecticut, the music scene. Just the whole experience is very different. And I like, when I lived in Boston for a while too before I moved here, and it's such a city of young professionals that when you say you're a musician, there's a lot of judgment that comes along with it. Like, oh, you're a musician, but what is your real job? Or like, what are you going to do when you give up? And down here, it's not like that. It's a bunch of people that are all taking it seriously, and it is a job, and the mindset is just so different here. I like that a lot.
It's almost like it seems like Nashville is just it should be called like the town of music professionals.
Mhm. And it's not just artists too. It's people that came here to be music managers, in PR, in every aspect of it, in radio, in everything. It's not just artists. It's the whole industry is here. Mhm.
I never heard anybody tell me that. It's always been like, artists or songwriters, just trying to.
Well, there's a reason we all come down here. And, like, when you are a musician, you can't, when you're an indie musician, you sort of do everything yourself. But in order to be a really successful musician, you have a whole team of people working for you, working with you. So if you're in Nashville and successful, or if you're anywhere and successful, it's more than just you. The artists to everybody else ratio is actually, there has to be way less successful artists than there are other people doing work behind the scenes.
Now, how many people do you have behind your scenes helping you with this whole pursuit?
Well, it depends. I am working with Michael Stover, who I think booked this interview with you, and he's fantastic and has me really busy talking to radio professionals all over the world, which is really cool. But I also have a great support system of friends, and my boyfriend is a musician. So there's a lot of emotional support. There's a lot of people getting each other gigs, because there's a great community in Nashville of people helping each other out and writing together and recording demos for free, and just doing this work out of the love of doing it. That's
awesome. Now, something that I saw you've been doing and using as a great tool for yourself has been YouTube. Now, how much has that helped you? And I love the fact that you have been using. I love the fact when I see any musical artist using the platform. So I just love to hear the story behind it and how much it's truly helped you.
Well, YouTube and other social media, I would put them all under the same umbrella. you know, a lot of my fans aren't from Nashville. They're from all over the world. A lot of them are in the Northeast because I lived there for a long time before I came. But there's people that have discovered my music in the most random ways, and they're from all over the place. So social media in general has been the most important tool in connecting with all of those people, because most of my fans can't come see me play a live show. You know, I have a super fan in California who, unless I tour out there, has no means to get to me. I have a bunch of fans randomly in Michigan, a bunch of high school girls that wear my T-shirts, and you know, they can't come see me in Nashville either because most of them can't drive. So social media in general, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of it has been really, really important in me connecting with people from all over the world.
Now, how about being the fact that you do use like the YouTube, like you were saying, something that's really big now, which I just had a conference call with people on our Totally Driven Entertainment World last night, and I was discussing this with everybody. Is Facebook Live? Is that something that you're using now?
Oh yeah, I do a Facebook Live once a week, usually on Saturdays or Sundays, depending on what I'm doing on the weekend, and on my Sam Rochford Music Facebook page, and it is so fun. Sometimes I play music, sometimes it's just chatting with people, sometimes it's silly. I've done Mad Libs with people like sending in their words, and I fill it out and then laugh too hard to really read it out loud. It's the weirdest group of people, and I've seen people from all over the country make friends with each other in the chat, which is kind of cool. But I love Facebook Live. I think it's a great tool.
You know, I'm actually writing that down now because I think that could be the funniest thing ever. Mad Libs. When I was a kid growing up, I used to love that. I can't believe it's still a thing.
It's still a thing. There's an app you can get. They have a Twitter page. They're not very active on social media, but I had a campaign for a while where I was trying to get my followers to like tweet Mad Libs and get them to sponsor me, but I don't think they're going to bite.
Oh, that's great. That is so great. Now, what has been like your favorite cover that you've done on YouTube? Which one has been your favorite to perform so far?
That's a tough question because I go in and out of love with covers. As I'm like into it, I'll play it like every couple minutes for 5 days, and then I'll get sick of it. I think I like singing songs that are really different than my actual writing style. So I really like covering False Alarm by The Weeknd because I think my version was really, really different from his. I also really enjoyed Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High by the Arctic Monkeys. It was just, my version is so much more high-pitched than theirs. It's more fun than covering something by, like, the Lumineers because they sound more like my music. Right.
Interesting. Now, how about which one do you think has gotten you the biggest response fan-wise?
Oh, it's one that I uploaded like years and years ago. I'm on my computer right now. I'm gonna look for what it even is. It's a song from Adventure Time called "I'm Just Your Problem" that I posted 4 years ago. Before I started even playing live shows or taking this seriously, I just did it because my friends and I would watch Adventure Time, and it was a YouTube video that was kind of just for them, but it turned into like almost 7,000 strangers have seen it. So that accident, like any sort of success I've had in my life, be it in radio or music, anything, has been so accidental. Like this was the cover that I took the least seriously, and it has the most views.
But that, you know, that's usually the way the case, the most success happens is totally by accident. So you're on the right track then.
I guess so.
Now, do you like perform that song live when you just for the hell of it, just to see what kind of response you get?
Occasionally, if I'm playing like a honky tonk in Nashville and people are looking for country covers, probably not. But if I'm playing a small venue in Boston and I know there are people in the audience that watch Adventure Time, you know, usually they go nuts for it. I played at a a comic book store for their Halloween show. They had like a daytime Halloween like festival a couple of years ago, and I dressed like Marceline from Adventure Time. and played the song, and people went bananas.
Oh,
It was
that's
like
awesome.
it was a nerdy audience, so I knew that it would go over well.
That's awesome. Now, what's this? I think it's monthly. You do this. It's part of the Hippie Chick Twang.
Oh, I haven't done that in a little while. I got to take that out of my bio. But it's a writers' round that's here in Nashville, where it's just a networking event where you meet other aspiring artists, and usually you try to write songs together or get on shows together in the future. It's really just a networking event, concert series that would happen once a month down here that I had a lot of fun with when I was involved in it, but I haven't done it in a little while.
Gotcha. Now, is the one video? I guess it's is it your first single? I'm not sure about that. So Easy.
Yeah, that's my first official release to the world. So Easy. I wrote it last year for my sister's wedding. My little sister got married, and she wanted me to say something at the wedding, and I figured I am not as well spoken as I am good at writing music, so I tried to write a song for her, and it was actually the hardest song I've ever written. But I love how it came out, and I was so proud of the response I got at the wedding, and with just other people that I showed privately, that I decided to release it.
That's really cool. That's a cool story behind it. Like, I've never heard something like that before, where you got to do that speech, and then instead of doing a speech, make it a song. That's awesome.
It was way better than writing a speech. Let me tell you.
Now, which took longer, because the lyric, the video is like kind of like a lyric video where you put together this book and you're turning page by page. So, did it take you longer to put together the actual book used in the video, or to actually write the song?
Absolutely, the book. I got the song done. So the song did take me a while. I threw out a bunch of drafts of the song because I kept trying to make it too cheesy at first. Because it's a wedding, you don't want to make it too real. You don't want to make it about like the bad parts of love, but at the same time, that sort of soulmates with no problems that you see in movies sometimes doesn't exist in real life, and love is about accepting each other completely, flaws and all. So it took me a while to get there. So it took me probably like a week to write the song, but it took me 2 months to make the book. It took me a long time. And I had this backpack that I would bring everywhere with me like a lunatic, full of arts and crafts supplies and a cutting board, because I would do like a lot of stencil work for the book. I'd bring it with me everywhere. I had some friends send in some guest pages because I was going crazy trying to come up with different ideas for every single page. It took me a very long time.
I can imagine. That's the first thing I was thinking as I was watching. I was like, this had to take a long time to sit and do all these different pages, because it's so different artistically. Making the book took forever, and then shooting the video took 15 minutes. The guy I had helping me make the video is such a professional that I told him my vision. He was like, all right, well, this is how, like, we should change it a little bit to make it easier on me. I was like, okay, let's do it. I practiced flipping through the book in time before he got there, so I didn't waste his time, and we got it done so fast. That's awesome. So now I guess that's like a thing your sister can actually really go back and look at for years now, forever.
Yeah, she asked me for the book, but I said no. I felt bad saying no, but it took me so long to make. I'm not ready to part with it yet. I gave her the original, the original piece of paper that I wrote the song on the first time. She got to keep that, but the book is my baby.
So now, when did that officially come out?
It came out last month. I think it's been out officially a month so far. And it's been really fun. I've been blown away by the response from people. You never know when you put out anything, whether it's a cover or an original song or anything, whether it's just going to be your friends and family being nice about it, or if it's going to be actually successful. And I've gotten some really great feedback from people on it.
That's awesome. So now, what are the plans after this now? Will you like go song by song? Are you going to put like an EP together, or a full whole album, or?
I think my next move is definitely going to be an EP. I have the songs and I have ideas for the music videos. I just have to get the money together to do it the way that I want to do it. You know, I don't want to do anything small. I don't want to follow up the So Easy video that took me 2 months of working on it pretty much every day with something stupid. So I'm working deliberately and focusing on quality over quantity in terms of my artistic vision. The songs themselves I want to be something that I'm really, really proud of. So I want there to be a music video for every song, but the next goal is an EP for sure.
Will there be any more books in the future?
I don't know about that. I want them to be different. I might do another one because it was just really fun. You know, when I finally finished it, I finished it the morning we shot the music video. I was working on it like up until the last second, and then that night I was like sitting on my couch, like, what do I do now? I'm so bored without this like overwhelming art project looming over my head. I don't know what to do next. So I have some other. They're all going to be artistic. They're all going to be way too much work on my end, but I don't know if it's going to be another lyric book just like that.
That's funny. So now, where can everybody get the song? It's called So Easy. So where is it? All digital downloads, I would imagine, iTunes and all that.
Yeah, anywhere where you can get digital music, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal. If you're on Tidal, it's on there too. Everywhere like that, you can visit my website, Sam Rochford Music. Or no, it's just samrochford.com, and then I'm Sam Rochford Music on social media everywhere. You can find it. You Google it.
Nice. Very, very cool. Well, Sam, it's been great getting to talk to you, and it's been great to find out about the making of that book. That was like the first thing I wanted to ask, but I'm like, all right, I'll ease my way into it. But yeah, any shows coming up? Anything you got planned in Nashville or?
Yeah, I play writers' rounds pretty frequently. I normally don't have those dates too far in advance, but if you follow me on social media, you can find out about those if you're local. I'm playing a show at the Country on July 24th with my friend Jared Deck, and I'm singing harmonies in a show with Jeremy Parsons on June 29th. You can find both of those on my website or social media if you're local and want to come see me.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Sam, again, thank you so much. Good luck with the song, and look forward to talking to you again.
All right. Speak soon. Bye.
Yep. Bye.